How Alade Kazim Sadiq, a Dubai-based Nigerian man, was sent to prison for stealing millions of dollars through a telephone spoofing bank fraud. Sadiq, a money launderer who operated in Dubai, UAE, was charged to court along with his partners in crime, Audu, Saka, Francis, and Yusuf Owolabi. Here is how they carried out their fraudulent schemes. First, Sadiq and his gang went to the dark web. The dark web is a place where criminals buy stolen credentials. They bought personal identifying information, PII, that belongs to account holders of various banks in the United States. With this PII number, these criminals made thousands of calls to various banks in the US claiming to be the legitimate account holders. They then used a spoofed telephone number that also has a voice-altering technology to deceive bank representatives into believing that they, the criminals, were the actual account holders. The voice-altering technology was so sophisticated that it can make a man sound like a woman. That is, if it's a woman's account that they're trying to steal from. With these techniques, Sadiq and his partners were able to convince multiple banks into transferring money into their own accounts. To avoid being flagged for suspicious international transactions, they told the bank representatives that the victim's account holder traveled abroad. They also asked the bank to send the new replacement credit cards to international addresses controlled by them. The moment the card was sent, they will withdraw all the money in the account. Sadiq was also involved in a separate scheme to defraud businesses and banks by means of business email compromise. He and his co-conspirators defrauded a healthcare company into wiring over $1 million to a bank account controlled by one of Sadiq's co-conspirators. They did this by tricking the healthcare company into believing that one of their legitimate vendors had changed bank accounts to the Sadiq co-conspirator's account, such that payment for the vendor services were made to the criminal's account. Sadiq was eventually arrested. He pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit money laundering and was sentenced to 50 months in prison for his crimes.